Hello and welcome, race fans, once again to Sunday night racing action under the lights here at Daytona International Speedway with the Numb Racing League Xfinity cars taking on this 2.5 mile high banked raceway with all the beating and banging action that we love to see. We've already seen some fireworks in the real life NASCAR here today. Let's see if we see any more fire off here tonight. So first, let's get things started off with tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, these races are only being able to be brought to you because of some great sponsors, such as DEP Graphics, on board all season long. Go support them by choosing them as your next painter for your iRacing paint schemes. They do a fantastic job on just about every single vehicle they have in the service, so be sure to go and hit them up for your next paint job, as well as Track Bar Media jumping on board here. Go check out their videos. They do an awesome job filming real life racing as well as some stuff here in the simulator, so be sure to go and support them. Also have AdminBoxx on board as well, the button box solution for race control admins, bringing at a touch of a button yellow flags and wave rounds and so much more. So be sure to go and order your AdminBoxx here today. We also have Sim Gear Central jumping on board again, bringing you button boxes that has all the button styles and knobs that you can possibly use here in iRacing, as well as, you could use it for flight sim or anything like that. So go ahead and mention that AAA and NTRL sent you on over there to get 10% off on your next order over there at simgearcentral.com. Also got trackdogsracing.com, proud merchandise supporter here for the NTRL and Numb gaming community and other communities as well. So be sure to go get your merch over there today. And I believe that is it for the sponsors that I know of. So without further ado, I am Alan Brown, and I know how to actually punch somebody and not just shove them in the chest. I'm joined by my good friend, Mr. Alan English, who's down here with me in the booth. And Alan, under the lights at Daytona, Sunday night action. Man, it is always a highlight of the week right here.
It doesn't get any better than this. High-speed racing under the lights with these stock cars in close proximity to each other. This isn't as wide as Talladega. These guys are going to be up close and personal all over one another. So you're going to see some guys get some big runs with some drafting help. They're already set some very fast times out there during the practice session. Qualifying, not so much. It's lone qualifying. These guys aren't going to have any drafting help. But as soon as the race kicks off, you're going to see where people like to run and who they like to run with, and you're going to see some great big runs probably but before we get into lap number 3, because it takes a couple laps for these cars to get up to speed and tires to get warmed up and all that.
And down there on pit road, hoping to see some fireworks here tonight, is Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, Daytona, as always, it's a place where you can be champ to chump and chump to champ in no time.
Yeah, these plate tracks are awesome, man. All kinds of fighting and nonsense, and I hope we see something like we saw today in a real race. Even though that was kind of weak, I want to see a real fight. Let's throw hands. Let's not push each other around here. Let's actually throw hands if we're going to do it, okay? That means it's real, not this shoving and sissy footing around. We don't need that. But we do have one fast repair, 70% fuel, 5 sets of tires. You're not going to need them. Tires don't matter here. It's 76 degrees out there. 25 incident points and you're DQ'd. I don't think we're going to see that either. But we could. You never know. Looking forward to it, man. Under the lights at Daytona.
As we take a look at that race info we have for you here, nice beautiful night, so no weather issues, no heating issues for these drivers out here, and it should be a pleasant night of racing. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race, and man, we always touch on it, especially when we see a couple cautions fly, man. It's give yourself a chance. You gotta at least have a car left running here in the final few laps to give yourself a shot at picking up a win.
Yeah, that really is key. I mean, you don't want to DNF here. This is a good sized field. You're going to lose a lot of points if you DNF. So just do what you can to stay safe out there. Finishing is everything here at these plate tracks. So yeah, give yourself a chance. Keep that car healthy. Keep it out of the keep it out of the mayhem that's inevitably gonna happen here at Daytona. And yeah, that's a good key to the race there, Brown.
I think
and one thing that I say all the time here, try to stay in the main pack. I like to be, when I was racing, I think English, you were kind of the same way.
Yeah,
Got to be in the back of the main pack, and at least you have a chance to survive. You can hit those brakes and avoid what's in front of you. It doesn't always work out, but just stay with the pack, be patient. It's a long race. I mean, we got 175 miles here, so just bear with it and let the thing play out in front of you.
As our drivers head on out to the track, you'll be able to see we do have some people joining us here with their face cams. We got Vince Short doing a little shimmy as he gets out there to do his first couple of laps here in qualifying. Yeah, Vince, we caught you. All right. So you can see everybody there on your screen who has the camera up. You got Shane the Man almost all the way down there at the bottom. Derek Welsh we saw earlier on. And we also have Zeth Hawley joining us here tonight, jumping on board with those face cams in his VR. So we look forward to seeing those guys all on out there and try to get their face on out there, but also get a good finish here tonight. It's Chan the Man, Chandler Paul starts to go around this track right now as well.
We want to thank all of our viewers out there in YouTube land already watching the race, or watching the qualifying right now. Let's see. Matt Jones, the chef, wanted to wish a happy birthday to Casey. Casey Jones is exiting his 20s today. So happy birthday there, Casey Jones. Matt Jones pulling for Team Dynaco out there. Let's see. War Dog at 21D is here joining us as well. Ashley Forster's here. Derek Welch bragging that he kicked Brown's butt in golf. Was that yesterday or this morning?
Yeah, he cheated though, so it's all right.
Oh, called out. Katie Klein's also watching tonight.
Well, I mean, you're not going to
being thrown at him.
Well, I tend to believe Brown. He's pretty reputable. I don't know about
he is
bogus Derek guy.
Derek, yes.
But try to beat Brown in real golf. Let's see how that works out for you.
Yeah,
that's not going to happen.
Good luck.
I bet y'all had some fun doing that. I guess y'all were playing that new release golf game. It looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, and if you head on over to Numb gaming community, if you're into that PGA Tour 2K23, which just came out, gonna be starting up a little society, so weekly tournaments and whatnot. Gonna be starting up here pretty soon, so be sure to go ahead and throw your name in the hat to join that. I think just the overall rules are currently still being possibly thrown around, talked about, and it should just be a good time with everybody. Nothing too crazy competitive. As we take a look here at Mark Collins, who I think he's also going to be joining that fun time down there.
I got a rule for that golf league if y'all really want to play some golf. Minimum 1 beer per 2 holes.
Oh,
But
that
it has
might
to
make
be a
it
weekend
exciting.
or something. Yeah, it'd be fun. You can't cheat on that either, Derek. You have to
Katie,
have some kind of proof.
Katie Klein also saying over there on YouTube, go Team Beaver Toyota. Check some paints out here in a little bit then.
Oh yeah, there's always lots of cool paints here. Numb's Racing League.
Paul Ferdiani's here too. He says, he yells 4 on the YouTube, so watch out there.
Always
Ferdiani might be dangerous with, he might be good with a hockey stick, but he might not be so good with a golf club.
I always duck when I hear that. It's like instinct.
Yeah, English hasn't spent enough time like we have, Adam. And
Yeah. I turn around just like, huh?
Well, yeah. You just let the ball hit you. You know.
No, it'll hit me right in the forehead, probably.
yeah. Well, even then, Adam, I don't know how many courses you've played at that are like super tree lined or anything, but when you're playing first thing in the morning and everything's feeling good and you swear it's woodpeckers, but it's just golf balls knocking against the trees constantly.
Oh yeah, that's always the old tree hazard.
The old tree wood.
Yeah,
Tree
that's
wood.
common. Who the guys I play golf with, it just we're just out there for the beer. I think is more our speed, but nonetheless, we're having fun.
You'll spend enough in it, the beer girl probably just rides in the cart behind y'all's cart and just kind of sticks with y'all.
Yeah, you can't really always afford the beer cart, lady. So you got to have a couple of things stashed in your bag. You know, there's always a ways around some of those pesky golf rules.
A little mini keg with a CO2 cartridge and a tap handle that looks like a 7-iron, but
Those are cool. I haven't tried that one yet.
I'll have to off stream tell you guys about a couple tournaments that I've played in where
all right.
where they brought in some fine ladies from a gentleman's establishment down the road.
Ooh,
Awesome.
that sounds interesting. I'll keep it PG-13 here.
Yeah, we will.
So we still got a few takers out there on track right now. Collins just finishing up. Double O Joe going out for his first couple laps here. Starting to kind of run down on time, but we got the last name of Brown. I guess I'm quick enough that I don't even have to drive and I qualify up on the pole, but that's David E. Brown up there in the 26 machine right now with the top time.
And the man actually gonna race today, he says. So good job getting back to us there. Matt Jones says he misses being the chef at a country club. Free golf was lit. That means good.
Well,
That means it was
yeah.
good.
especially down there in Atlanta, man. You got some good courses down there.
A lot of trees, I imagine. What's Albert Anderson saying? America's driver's having a computer problem?
Yeah, he's having the same kind of computer issues you're having, I think.
Yeah, mine's just a
Crashing.
hillbilly piece of junk. Guess a 5-year-old computer's no good these days.
Oh, there you go, Paul Ferdiani. That's some information you might be interested in. In as well, there, Turner. He said there's an issue with the new NVIDIA driver. It says roll back your driver. Go to your driver settings and roll back your driver so it'll work.
I don't know what the hell that means.
We can talk you through that.
Okay, but I appreciate it. Maybe that'll work for me.
Paul, bomb as usual.
Thankfully, I never update that, so I'm about 7 updates behind, but don't have any issues, so we're never going to change that.
Yeah, as soon as you change it, we'll have some kind of problem.
Oh, as Double O Joe was about to come across the line, but qualifying just finished up. So our grid is now set as we wait for these drivers to head on down into their cars for the first time here tonight and get everything all lined up, stacked up, and ready to rumble. Let's try to get the no, not that camera, that's for sure. This one? Yeah, that one works. As we get these drivers on down there into their cars are ready to go. Starting us off is that 26 of David Brown picking up pole position. He's going to have the 11 of Richard Holland on his outside. Couple good quick times there. 13 of Paul Durkee going to be starting in the row behind him with the 15 of Vince Short right beside him there, third and fourth. 81 of Michael McCauley in the 81 machine starting fifth, with the 19 of Justin Lawson to his outside starting in sixth. In seventh, we have the Gambler, 33, Paul Ferdiani, with the 48 of Zeth Hawley in eighth place right beside him there. 5 of Jason Kraft is going to start here in ninth, with the 66 of Matthew Jones, Chef Boyardee, with a good qualifying spot here, rounding out tonight's starting top 10.
Row number 6 is going to look like this. It's going to be the 32 of Nick Biddy on the outside and the 03 of Dylan Bryant on the outside. Row number 7 is going to be the 31 of Scott Milner and the 1 of Derek Welch. Row number 8 is going to be the 72 of Chandler Paul, Chan the Man on the inside, and Cody Williams in the 14 on the outside. Row number 9 is going to be Tom G. Wilson in the 27 machine and Mark Collins on the outside there. Row number 10 and rounding out your top 20, the 18 of Chris Klein and Double O Joe Bennett, who was not able to get that second lap in qualifying that may have improved his position there, but nevertheless, he'll start in the top 20.
Number 9, Joe David, starts 21st. 51, Matt Layton will begin this race 22nd. And number 8, Brandon Coleman, 23rd. 84 at Josh Bittner, TrackDogsRacing.com. Owner right there, 24th. 747 Albert Anderson. If he can get out there, he'll be 25th. 44, Paul Buchanan, 26th. 20 of Jamie Abreu, 27th. 77, Mike Corvu, 28th. 726, Michael Cole, starts this thing 29th. Peyton Aldridge in the 34 machine, 30th. And rounding it out there is the double nickel, Tom Barish, 31st spot.
And that is your starting grid here tonight. However, I think there should be an asterisk next to Josh Bittner's name, as I believe they had a secondary driver putting that car in qualifying here.
What?
According to chat.
What's happening out there? Oh, okay, I see. A little playing around over there in Pennsylvania, it sounds like.
That sounds like we almost had a powder puff race there for. Remember when they used to do those back in the day?
Yeah.
At your local short track, all the drivers' wives and girlfriends would go out there and run a little bit.
We should do one of these Saturdays. That's what we should do. We should host one of these as the pace car gets ready and peels off on down onto pit road. Green flag is out. Away we go for the first time here tonight. Green flag racing here at Daytona in this Numb Thumbs Racing League Xfinity Series. Side by side, they hustle on down into turns 1 and 2. Looks like the 26 marked as the 7 in sim, but 26 number officially in the charts out there on that bottom line, getting a big push here from the 13 of Paul Durkee as Nick Biddy leaves pit lane. Looks like Paul Ferdiani drifting on down to the apron here to just shuffle on back. He's just trying to keep that car clean. We know him. He's willing to gamble, but not early on in the race. He doesn't want to ruin his chances here too much. You also got that 11 of Richard Holland, still working that outside line. He does have a little help. It takes these cars a little bit to really get that second lane going, though.
Well, they're too wide all the way back here to Albert Anderson. He made it. Good to see him in here, 23rd, 24th position. Moved his way up to 18th after one lap. Pretty good. A lot of movement.
Some drivers out there not afraid to try a little side drafting early. We saw the 99 kind of down on the 5 beside them there, kind of trying to throw a little extra air on the spoiler there. The 19 is Justin Lawson. I had to look at my cheat sheet there for a second.
Yeah, these guys, we see them in different leagues, different races, different cars. It gets confusing a little bit, but one thing is always the case is they got some cool paint schemes out there, and they look sharp doing it at least.
Thank DEP Graphics for that, can't you there, Alan? They got, I mean, their business really picked up when they started sponsoring a bunch of races, and I mean, they do great work. They may take a day or two to get back to you when you send them a message there on Facebook, but
we got
they will.
Couple cars in the back of the field here having a little bit of an issue. Looked like Josh Bittner and Paul Buchanan getting into it a little bit here. Let's take a quick look back to see what happened. Oh, the 726 as the 44 was just trying to drift up the track here. Just having an issue.
Michael Cole, 726.
Yeah, there was a lot of checking up. I didn't catch exactly what happened, Brown. But those guys are out of the draft now, it looks like.
That indeed. So they're going to hope for a caution here before too long, before they go one lap down. But still, we remain green flag racing 2 wide up here at the front. No one's really changed hands here. Still got Brown, Durkee all the way up there at the front. Looks like the 11 of Richard Holland allowed that 13 machine of Paul Durkee to take control of that high side, and he's going to be one of those ones willing to try to work with him and push him around here early on here in this 70 lap race.
Look at all the double file we still have out here. Guys are not content just to kind of jump down and ride around on that low line. We got a lot of guys, even though there's some gaps, the high line's kind of want to stay the high line right now. So these guys are kind of doing some experimenting right now, seeing how packed these cars need to be together to get a good run. And wow, that looks so cool, having double file that deep.
It does look cool. It looks like the real thing. Just don't go 3 wide right now, guys. It's not time. Okay? Unless you want to start throwing hands. Now, you all want to throw hands. Then maybe somebody sneak in there and try to make this a 3 wide deal early.
It looks like everyone being calm and patient, at least for the moment, until we get to our first round of pit stops, which typically happens right around lap 30 or so with the fuel percentage that these guys run. So be on the lookouts for that, as we're about 25 laps away as a Hot Tamales machine picking up a big run. That's Jason Kraft right in front of the 31 of Scott Milner.
Yeah, Milner's got that cool paint. He ran that last week, I believe.
Ooh.
48 ducking out.
34 couldn't make up his mind what he wanted to do Aldridge there, but looks like everything's safe.
Ooh, as we had a big push here from that outside lane, letting the 81 of Michael McCauley and the 13 of Paul Durkee to leapfrog around that 26/7 of David Brown. That's going to allow the 13 now, again, some more room. He's going to slide right back up to the outside. He says, nah, I don't want to be following you. I want to lead this thing, as he jumps back up to that outside.
That number 8 in that cool sun drop paint. Hang on, numbers. Brandon Coleman. Brandon Coleman running a really cool paint.
Well, Durkee and that Oberto, he dropped down to lead this thing. A lot of movement up top. They're making some moves on the top line, and then they're coming down and trying to lead the thing. Looks like the 11 is trying to do the same thing here.
That's some of the best jerky around, that Oberto. Before Jack Links came along,
Oh. I don't know.
Well, either
I just make my own now.
Either way, that 8 of Coleman having a solid night so far, as we almost get something happening up here at the front.
Oh, they're wrecking. 9 into 72. Chan the man and Joe David wrecking to the inside, but they're off the track, so we're going to stay green here.
Oh, they threw the caution.
Mark Collins, your race controller, decided he's going to go ahead and throw that yellow.
probably used
Whoa!
You probably use the admin box there.
The 9 came right up on the track in front of some drivers, and they barely avoided them there.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look back here and see what happened with Joe and Chandler here as they were heading into turns 1 and 2. Oh, just a little firm bump draft there on the outside by the looks of it. Kind of sent Joe.
And you know what I think caused that, Brown, up front? There was a little bit of bumping that caused a little bit of slowdown. I think the 15. I don't know. The 15 got into it with the Alberto car, and it slowed everybody down behind them.
It just looked like that the 34 came up with a big run, and the bumpers just weren't square, and it got that 9 a little loosey-goosey, and it just sent them on down into Chan the Man, and that's why those two ended up heading on down and spinning in the infield here, as looks like everyone probably not going to be quite ready to pit. However, I'd be surprised if we didn't see any pits here.
Checkups were a big deal last week, man. We saw a lot of problems with them, especially on Friday's race. We had checkups Adam, it was like an accordion. It went straight through the field.
And that's what happened. Yeah, we got everybody coming down, Brown. Looks like almost everybody.
See some fuel only here.
Yeah, that's what I would be going for as well. Stretch that fuel.
Indeed, as we watch this race that's going to be coming on down here in pit road, everybody trying to hit their boxes. No speeding, hopefully, as that is a penalty you do not want to have to deal with here. As splashing goes pretty much all the way around. Got some people maybe taking maybe 2 tires here, but for the most part, everybody all coming on down, except for Matthew Jones, Tom Wilson, and Matt Layton here.
They must have a strategy they're just going to stick to. I don't really know here.
There's a lot of times when we just don't know English. It's okay. We don't have to know everything.
Say I don't know.
We don't have to know everything, because we don't. A lot of times we learn from the people out there chatting, telling us what's really going on out there. Maybe if anybody knows, they can tell us.
Well, tonight's race sponsor for tonight's race is Dirt Monkey. Dirt Monkey, one of the teams that runs out here. Let's see, we got Matt Layton and Tom Wilson making up Team Dirt Monkey out there tonight. Let's see here. Sort this out here. The driver of the 27 and the driver of the 51. The 27 and the 51 making up Dirt Monkey Racing. Tonight's proud sponsor of the Dirt Monkey 175 here at Daytona.
I like that name. Remember Gas Monkey? That was a thing for a while. Garage.
Yeah, that was the loudmouth guy that just bought and sold cars online, tried to flip them.
Out of Dallas, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a snake oil salesman, but he's an interesting show.
Yeah.
I'd watch it here and there.
The guy with the cool beard that did all the mechanic work. I'd rather watch a show just with him on it.
Yeah, he was pretty good. All right, I like what we saw so far. I mean, this is Daytona. We're going to have little incidents here and there. We are going to have a big one, I think, by the end of this thing. But for the most part, everybody's staying in their lane and doing what they ought to be doing.
As everyone getting all stacked back up behind this pace car whose lights are off, so we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a second. Going to have Tom Wilson and Matt Jones starting this one off up here at the front. And kind of like you're saying, surprised that these guys didn't come on down. Must have that strategy in mind here, but they've got about 10 laps less fuel from the rest of these guys here. So when it comes around for green flag pit stops, they better hope that they're going to be working together quite well, because they could be left behind in a hurry.
Matt Jones saying on YouTube, he's typing to us while driving. He said, "I need some lead lap points, so I stayed out." Green's in the air.
Well, he's going to, get that here as the green flag waves, and away they go side by side back down into turns 1 and 2. Pretty solid restart here. A little broken apart kind of throughout this field. Looked like kind of the mid to back portion of this thing maybe wasn't quite ready to get up to speed, or they're just being a little more cautious, knowing that, hey, everyone's all grouping back up again now, so let's take it easy.
7-Eleven truck saying, "Let's go Vincent Short." Brittany Barnes is out there pulling for the number 34 of Peyton Aldridge tonight. Thank y'all for joining us. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, subscribe, so that way you can catch the rest of the races we're going to do this week, and you won't miss a bit of the action here at AAA Broadcast.
Oh, we got more to do?
Oh, you didn't get the memo, huh?
Oh, I guess
Only 4 more.
hey, I love it, man. We have fun.
It's a blast.
I'm liking what Jason Kraft's doing in the number 5. It's a good-looking DraftKings Toyota. Cool paint scheme. He's just hanging out there in 10th. Been pretty steady so far all night.
That indeed is. Kind of just behind him here is the 34 and the 55, Peyton Aldridge, and the 55 of Tom Barish here. Taking their time, but are moving on up. Both drivers up 14 spots on the day. Not quite as much as Wilson and Layton up there kind of towards the front right now. However, still a ton of racing left here as these guys come down across the line to go into lap 14 out of 70, which is a ton of time.
Well, I could see Matt Jones and the other drivers that stayed out. I can see why they did it, because look, they're getting some running time out front. They're in clean air. There's eventually going to be another caution, so they're kind of banking on that. Looks like the 51 kind of looking inside there. Matt Layton looking to the inside of the chef, Matthew Jones.
Hey,
Matthew Jones, when we say he's a chef, he's a legit chef, man. Like, does fancy stuff. He's not he doesn't run the grill at Waffle House, Go ahead there, Brown.
I was just going to say, you actually saw like a big kind of massive just snake go on through that bottom lane here. Just people maybe getting some runs, bobbing and weaving just a little bit as people took some necessary action to get around them here. They continue to race 2 wide down this back straightaway. Outside line led by that 11 of Richard Holland right now, trying to get that run. He's got a big push from that 27 of Tom Wilson. As the the 26 of David E. Brown on that outside, as the 27 of Tom Wilson tries to guide that inside line around here and lead a couple laps.
Well, that bottom line was a little slow, checked up. Top line made a run. They're all kind of evening out now. But I want to mention, there's nothing wrong with a Waffle House cook.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's elevated dining is what he does.
That's very elegant.
I have to watch Food Network sometimes.
Yeah, he does the cool stuff. But I do still like a little bit of Waffle House every now and then. I think everybody does.
See here, the one of Derek Welsh in the middle of this pack, talking with his teammates in that Discord and sending them information of what they might need to do as they prepare to probably jump back together here at some point.
There is some juking around, though, going on up front here. We got that little lazy Susan thing in effect where guys get to the outside and they get a good push and then they drop down. And then car moves from the inside line to the outside line. They just kind of spin around in a circle.
A little movement up there again. But how much more fuel if you're in the, the lead of either the top or bottom line, how much more fuel are you burning out there?
You're running wide open. I mean, and Brown, isn't it true? The guys running right behind, they're probably running 3/4 throttle, 80% throttle, sometimes half throttle. Depends on what kind of run they're getting and how close that lead car they are.
I would say once when you start getting to the third row, that's probably the case. The guys right behind the people leading these two lanes, they're probably just as wide open as the guys out in front. As I mean, it's one thing for the leaders to be trying to break the air, but it's the cars behind that are aiding and trying to make sure the drag that happens in how the air flows off of those cars. It's really those guys that really need to stay in it and up on those front bumpers to get the pace that they're going right now.
Ooh,
Three wide back here
in the middle. Yeah,
Albert Anderson using the turbo tunnel up there, trying to run up the middle.
They let him back in, thank goodness.
He made a pretty good pass on the 34 Peyton Aldridge right there. See if he's going to try it again. I'm not sure you want to try to do that in the tri-oval. He may wait till the backstretch, try to put his nose in there again. The outside line gets really good runs that if you swing down to the inside of that car in front of you, kind of slingshot to the inside around him, get a nose in, and then they can't come across you. Otherwise, y'all going to cause a wreck.
Well, what Albert's seeing there is that top line. People are being very, very easy here right now. Is they're not trying to. Here we go. We got another one taking a shot up here through that turbo tunnel. The 8 of Brandon Coleman, but. No one's really pinching down on that high side to use that side draft that bottom line's producing, and that keeps that kind of gap open right there in the middle. And next thing you know, someone who's brave enough and skilled enough that wants to shove their nose down there and shoot up through the middle, man, they're essentially just exponentially getting extra draft off of everybody that's around them here and shooting them on forward.
And the other drivers, once they see that happen, and they recognize it when it is happening, they're going to try to close that gap and shut down the momentum there. And sometimes that it can even cause more problems. Jonah Long out there on YouTube, pulling for Josh Bittner in the 84 tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, Jonah.
Yeah, and when you're talking about the side drafting here at 190 miles an hour, you better be skilled, but the guy that you're side drafting better be just as skilled, because that is a dangerous proposition if you're in unknown territory with maybe a driver you don't really know his style or whatever. So it's something to take into consideration.
And let's face it, guys, not everybody is at the same level as far as racing goes. These leagues are for fun. They pay a little money to offset broadcasting and a little bit of prize money, but most of these guys are out there for fun. And it's all skill levels, so some of these guys might not be as good at holding a line as others, but here comes the one using that turbo tunnel, but the 31 up here, I'm not sure if he's going to try to shut the door on him or not. He kind of run out of momentum there.
Derek Welch is sticking his nose in it, isn't he?
Hey, just about, but that's the other thing. We call it the turbo tunnel because we first really started seeing this in the trucks. And those trucks throw a heck of a lot more air than these Xfinity cars do. So it's kind of interesting to see that one. Yeah, he initially got a great run coming up through there, but it definitely stalled out. So it may be one of those kind of maneuvers that you use in the short term. Ooh, as we got some slicing and dicing in the kind of back towards this field here.
Yeah, the number 18, Chris Klein, he's kind of slicing up. He just moved up to the outside. It says 13 on his car, maybe. I don't know. Hell, these guys can't get their numbers right. Nonetheless,
Paul Durkee set in the 13.
Well, on his
I see it. I see what you're looking at. Yep.
Okay, that's what I'm telling you. These guys don't know what the hell they're doing when they paint their cars. Get your numbers right. He's in the wall because I'm talking about
that. He is. Anderson taking some evasive maneuvers and actually upset the car a little bit here. He does have the room down low that he was able to make his way around Chris there, but maybe just a little bit of a mistake there. Not quite paying attention to where he was on track, dress up into the wall, and loses that position. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, wow.
Albert Anderson with the wiggle down there on the inside.
He got around on Klein. See, Klein fell up the wrath of what I was yelling at him for. So now we're over that, Klein, with the paint your car the right number the next time. We won't talk about it again.
Yeah. Mally Odinson joining us saying hi, guys. And Papa Joe Bennett saying, come on, step up, 00. Go out there and get it done. Papa Joe Bennett. You know a place called Papa Joe's, don't you?
Ooh, 3 wide right here. Oh, tamale car all over. What in the world? Oh, Albert.
Barish on the grass down here trying to save it.
They doored each other a little bit. Couldn't tell whose fault that was.
Barish with a great job done there, trying to check it up in the grass, able to slow it down before trying to rejoin the track. Unfortunately for him, that's going to put him way outside of the draft here. Also got a couple other guys. It looks like Chan the Man and Josh Bittner, they're almost going to be lapped here. I wonder what happened with those two, that they ended up so far back. I wonder if they were trying to work with each other after those last caution and pit stop, that they just kind of got lost from the pack. And there you can see the hungry leaders here coming up on these guys.
Yeah, English, yes, I do know a place called Papa Joe's, south of Waco. You roll snake ice every time there on Saturday night.
Ooh, here we go.
Yep, 34, 31, caution's out.
Ooh.
44's missing so many parts off the front of his car as well. At Paul Buchanan.
They rolled snake eyes. Let's see what happened there.
Oh, goodness gracious! Excuse me.
What luck for Bittner, and they're going to get back.
They're going to get back right up into it. But you can see there was cars bouncing up and down off the apron here in front of these guys. And I think that's kind of what caused the initial panic here.
That was the never-ending lead up to it.
31 getting checked up with the 44 right behind, getting sent up into the 34, and that's where those three kind of go on down and get into some people here. And just a mad scatterdash here is everyone trying to avoid it. Seth Hawley trying to avoid it. Oh, gets down into that line. I think the 33, Paul Ferdiani, is able to make it out alive here. Let's take a view from the, I think the 9 of Joseph David just got, oh man, talk about having Moses part the Red Seas for you. He was just able to sneak his way on through that.
I saw something similar to an accident we had earlier where the 726 machine went off the track and then came back on the track, and that may have caused the checkup. So rewinding right now.
Double line thing. Well,
yep.
I'm watching the 34 of Peyton Aldridge. Looks like he was clear. 44 comes up, and I believe he got net coded down, brought him to the bottom of the track. So, little net code there. A lot of stuff happening on the track. Ooh, a lot of torn up cars.
Yeah, I went back and looked at 726 did get down on the apron, and then that transition's brutal. So as soon as he came up and back up in front of those guys, that's what caused the check up there. Just he kept himself safe there and didn't wreck himself.
Well, it's still fun. I love seeing a little bit of sliding around, slicing and dicing.
All this big old round of pit stops going on here. Still have a few fuel only. Looks like we have a couple of 2-tire stops and a few 4-tire stops. So right here at lap 26.
We still have some people look like they're trying to get manual damage fixed as well.
And we had someone not come down at all, and that's that 747 of Albert Anderson, who we know likes to run up at the front up here.
He's seen enough of this, up 24 spots. Started with computer issues, but right now he's looking pretty up, holding the lead of this thing so far right now.
He'll have, I don't know, what, 18-ish laps on his fuel tank when we go green here.
And somehow Josh Bittner and Chandler Paul, they ended up going the lap down here. And of course, with Albert Anderson out in front, they're just going to have to trickle their way backwards through this field. So don't know what's quite going on.
I think they were a lap down from the first incident. That's what I believe, and they just stayed the lap down. They were going to go 2 laps down, I think. So, I don't know. We'll sort it out. There's 31 cars on the track. Hell, it's hard to keep track of anything. My brain doesn't work that fast.
We got several black flags that were issued to the 34 of Peyton Aldridge, the 31 of Scott Milner, and the 13 of Paul Durkee. And there's some talk on the radio about trying to pass a car under caution, but the car, or letting a car around, and the car was stopped or something. So they're flagging them for passing under yellow. They're arguing their case right now to the administrators on the driver radio channel, which you guys out there on YouTube cannot hear.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. Looks like they're clearing those flags, which is cool. Paul Buchanan has a meatball flag. That's not cool.
That could be a situation of maybe unchecking the fast repair, unfortunately, which is something you really don't want to see here as the lights on the pace car are off. We're all stacked back up and ready to go. 747 Albert Anderson, 19 Justin Lawson, side by side, heading down here into the tri-oval once again as they go back to green flag racing here at Daytona. Side by side, they go down across the line and into this little short chute before getting down into turns 1 and 2. Nice little grouping of 3v3 here between the two lines as everybody tries to get back up to speed and group back up together here. Anderson with the big push from the 15 of Vince Short here, trying to get all up and running.
Mike Corriveau in the 77 machine up 14 spots right now, in 14th place. Pretty good run there for the 77.
Yeah, that's him. He's in the pink machine tonight.
Brandon Coleman up 20 in the 8 machine. But right now, Albert Anderson, because he did not come in there, made a lot of track position out there. So far, he's your biggest mover, but he's dropping like a stone right now.
Oh, it was just that outside lane, man. They came in, and they came in with a run as the 8 pushes the 15 right around Albert here. The 19 trying to follow that 8 as they continue to try to get everybody all back together. Little bit of a little wiggle there, kind of up here at the front, but you can just see there's like a big spacing happening on kind of like in the middle part of this field. You got Paul Ferdiani kind of leading that 18 of Chris Klein around right now. They're about half second back, so they're still within drafting range, but they're definitely a little spaced out right now here in the back as the 48 of Zeth Holly gonna stay down on the apron here. He was going another lap down, and so just staying out of the way of the leaders, recognizing that it was too wide behind him.
A lot of damage in that machine. I'm glad to see he's out there running still. Got to get those points. You never know if you can gain points on somebody.
Yeah, that's what we talked about leading up to this race during the intro there, as about, don't get a DNF. Just get out there. There's going to be guys that take on too much damage or blow a motor, and they'll not have a fast repair left or something. So get out there, just complete laps the best you can, because you can gain a couple positions and a few points as well. So all the points are going to matter as this season moves forward.
Down and across the line that these guys make is we're approaching the halfway point here in this race. The 747 of Anderson now pushing that 15 of Vince Short with a big run on that bottom line. Looks like that top line kind of stalled out for the time being, but they will be able to get that momentum back. Oh, as there goes the one of Derek Welsh. He's not going to sit in behind Albert Anderson here. He's going to try to make this thing too wide up here at the front again.
Albert kind of crowded him up there a little bit, maybe trying to throw a little side draft on him, but yeah, we've seen the one. He's a big chance taker, and he's going to get out there and make some aggressive moves out there.
Albert's always good at these plate tracks. I don't know what it is.
I think he secretly loves them, even though he says he doesn't.
Well, that's Derek, but Albert's good. They're both good.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Albert's always runs well here, and so does Derek Welch, even though he does claim he hates these tracks. But we'll see what happens at the end. Got a little wiggle there from Albert Anderson. Got a blinker right in front of Dylan Bryant, too.
Got to check the field up just a little bit. Thankfully, it looks like the 03 is leaving some space in there for that car to appear and reappear, but everybody...
That's Matt Layton in the 51 I'm seeing blinking up towards the front.
Yeah, that's a challenge for the 03 of Dylan Bryant and that chrome blue machine. Beautiful paint scheme for him. But when that car blinks in front of you, it just appears, and you don't know where it's going to appear. So,
and you also lose that draft that you were getting from that car in front of you. As soon as that car disappears, the physics from that car imparting that draft advantage on you disappear as well. So it also slows you down.
Ooh, as we got people down on the apron here. Oh, just able to slide back up on up. I think that was
the 15 is short.
Good communication out there on the driver radio, letting everybody know they're checking up. So that might have saved another caution there.
Casey Jones saying if the 66 gets a top 5, he said, we'd call that my birthday present. Pretty fair.
He needs to make you some kind of chef meal. That's what I'd ask for.
What's one of them fancy things, like a beef Wellington or something?
Yeah, surf and turf.
Get on it. Get on it.
Well, either way, these guys continue to put green laps down here from Daytona. You got the 81 of Michael McCauley down 8 spots on the day right now in 13th, trying to fight his way back up through some of this traffic. Michael Cole in the 726 from an earlier incident here, trying to catch back on up. Peyton Aldridge as well, just maintaining pace here with this field. We do have some people outside of this draft. We got Cody Williams, Mark Collins kind of hanging on here in the back. Josh Bittner did get his lap back, but he is quite a ways down still on the leaderboard, or excuse me, he is still a lap down. It was the people I was looking at that he was kind of fighting with. He is the first car on that lead lap. Chandler Paul. He's in a little group of cars running behind him here. He's got the 23 and the 14 there with him. Cody Williams there. So he's going to be able to catch back up on up. But it's really going to be the fight between Bittner and Paul here for who's going to get that lucky dog. If another caution flies here. We're approaching about 10 laps on this fuel run for these guys, so about 20 more laps of fuel. It's the one of Derek Welch, Mr. Bogus himself, leading the bottom line right now and leading this race.
Chad McCabe over there on YouTube pulling for Albert Anderson in the 747. Ashley Forrester says, Tell go the 27. Oh, she retracted the message. She was like, oh, I made a typo. That happens to all of us. As she retypes that, we'll read it when she retypes it here. Look at all the 2 wide, just like we saw earlier, Adam. You know, from the front to the middle near the back here. So many rows deep here, 2 wide, looking just like the real thing you see on Sunday afternoon.
Oh yeah, I love it. It looks real. I know it feels real to these drivers. The intensity inside that, in their rig or wherever they are behind their computer, you can feel it. And when you're in one of these races, you can just almost feel how close you are to the other cars. So it makes for a lot of fun when you're out there on the track, but it's stressful.
Some of these guys that race VR, like I've done it, you guys have done it before too. I think Seth Hawley is one of those guys that runs in VR, and that adds a whole new level of immersion, and it's intense. He's going to be wore out mentally by the end of this thing.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times while racing in VR that something happens to me and I look out my window net and I instinctively go to flip them off, and well, my hand smashes into the wall right there because, well, I don't actually have a window net there.
Ooh, I like that anger. Do you get out and try to virtually push somebody around the track too?
Oh, no, that was in my racing rig, and it took, a solid 10-15 seconds to try to climb out of that thing, so.
Yeah, kind of like what we saw today in Vegas. That was fun. Something for the home stretch in the real NASCAR. I like the controversy, that's kind of my thing. So
Sure.
can't wait to see the retaliation from the retaliation on the retaliation. That'll be fun.
Ashley Forrester was saying, "Let's go, number 27." I figured that's what she was saying anyway. But Tom G. Wilson, got a fan out there. Ashley Forrester, thank you so much for joining us. Look at all the thumbs up we've got on the video so far. Thank y'all so much for that. That really helps us out in all the algorithms. And
What does it do? And does the Zuckerberg guy come give us
no, he doesn't give us
extra
any
money?
beer, no, or money. It just it helps with search results and stuff when people are looking for racing to watch.
Oh, well, this is the place to be right here. AAA Broadcasting,
sure.
Numb Thumbs Racing League. Everybody knows that.
Casey Jones asking what happened. What we talking about there? It was during the real life. I always wanted to say Winston Cup. The Cup race today in real life. There was a wreck and a. Whoa! There comes the 19. Oh, speaking of wreck, here we go.
66, Matt Jones. 13. There should be a flag. I don't know why the flag hasn't been thrown.
Well, it's all off the track now.
That wasn't off the track when it happened.
No, not when it happened. The drivers are asking for one. We don't have a full-time dedicated race controller tonight, so the admins are trying to do it themselves. And there we go. There's the caution.
They need the AdminBoxx. I mean, that's what they need. It got a little nutty.
19, the Lawson claiming he was turned by the 66 on the radio, but we'll see what the replay says.
That we will. I gotta go find it. The problem with that is the yellow flag was thrown so far after. I gotta scroll cut away to see where the original incident kind of took place here. That doesn't look like I'll be able to find it. So what we're gonna have to do, and you said it was the 37 saying stuff.
The 66 did get into the back of, looks like the Lawson in the 19.
Yes.
And
Awesome.
that kind of pushed him down the track and caused the mayhem.
All right. Excuse the rewind, folks, here for a second. As here we go. Found the incident. It's getting to the back of that 19 just a smidge.
It's a racing incident, but
let's go up to our sponsored, not sponsored chopper camera here. A little bit of a tag, sent of the 19 on down. Tried to save it and keep it down on the bottom, but man, it is just so tough once when you hit that apron to really keep things going. I mean, for as bad as that wreck ended up turning out, it could have been a heck of a lot worse, man. Those guys did a great job trying to keep that thing clean here.
Bunch of takers coming down pit lane here. Let's see who kind of bucks the trend and stays out again. I don't know. I don't think anybody is. I think every single car is coming down. Paul and Bittner, the only reason they haven't is because they're not lead lap cars, so they'll have to pit on the next lap. Everybody else is down. Some fuel only, some 2 tires. I don't see any full stops yet. Yep, got a couple of full stops.
Yeah, there's talking on the radio about it there, and they're not sure why. They're using iRacing cautions tonight. I don't normally in iRacing cautions. I would have thought they would have thrown one there,
They would have thrown that, yeah.
but it just their algorithm's off. Something's going on. Is Zuckerberg is he over here infiltrating everything?
I don't know, man.
I'll tell you, that guy, he's something else. But we got it squared away. You know, that's why we have admins here. They hit that AdminBoxx button and they can slow the race down if they need to.
Casey Jones asking what happened during the Cup race. Well, how many laps were left to go when all that happened?
Oh, that was like
they
middle
were
of
in
second
stage
stage.
You know,
Oh, okay, so Larson and Bubba Wallace kind of got together, and then I guess Wallace thought it wasn't his fault, so he went down there and intentionally crashed the 5. The
Well, he
5 went
claims
up
he
the
did.
track. Well, I mean,
claims he did.
he claimed, oh, something broke.
Totally.
Look at the tape. I mean,
Yeah, it was pretty obvious.
so he went down, intentionally crashed the 5. The 5 went up the track, took the 20 out, who is a chase driver. He's a playoff driver.
Luckily, he won last week, Bell. So
Yeah, so
it was,
it was,
a little mess. There's going to be people. There's going to be some fines thrown and
watch
Probably-
the news for sure. There's going to be
retaliation.
somebody.
Well,
Well, like you said, there might be a suspension next week.
It was pretty bad. And listen here, you mess with one Hendrick, there's a few Hendricks out there.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. So that makes for fun drama when you're watching a race on a Sunday afternoon and you see it and it surprises you and you're like, oh, look at that. That's cool. They're going to start fighting.
Well, looky here, Double O Joe Bennett on the outside and Papa Joe out there on YouTube saying, look at there, Double O is ready. Valley Odinson said, if I get to enter this series, I must have to try to buy the 14 off this Williams guy, Cody Williams, with the 14. Yeah, do some talking. Maybe he'll trade to another number or something. A lot of these guys, I mean, when I entered into racing, I didn't really particularly care what. I just took what was available. I was open to trade numbers. I mean,
Everybody has
Never know.
flag. Everybody
Valley
has-
must be a big Stewart fan or something.
Yeah. All right. This is Daytona. This seems like a regular Daytona race to me. I think we're having fun. Everything's pretty cool.
That indeed, as the lights
nothing
on
out of the
the
ordinary.
pace car are off, we're gonna be heading on down here, getting ready to go back to green flag racing. And you know what, my cough is starting to come back a little bit here. So instead of doing some talking, how about we let these cars do some talking here and do some crank it up.
Crank it up.
Man, do those cars sound absolutely fantastic here as those guys got up to speed and running. Nothing like hearing all that horsepower all humming around this track, doing the same thing at the same time in a big old group.
Ooh, got the 8 running real high. He kind of was up near just about scraping the wall there in front of the 77, but able to save it there. That sun drop. Number 8 paint scheme by Brandon Coleman.
Yeah, they're kind of squiggling around here. Still too wide. I think that's going to be the theme tonight. I don't know if we'll get to...
Ooh, here comes the 19.
Coming up
He's,
the middle.
Yeah, using that turbo
man.
tunnel. Thankfully, people were being generous to him here. He was able to find a spot to slide up into as things were getting pretty dicey. I saw some quarter panels not quite lining up there, but able to avoid a catastrophe for those guys, and everyone's able to still drive around here at Daytona. 23 laps left remain. 27 of Tom Wilson out in front with the one of Derek Welch out to his outside, guiding these two lanes aside. As we haven't really seen too much single file up at the front. We've seen kind of towards the back it kind of separate to single file a little bit, but these guys up at the front, they've been too wide all race long.
Big run by the 20, but he ducks down into the low line. Here comes the 13 and the 84 with a huge run. They're catching back up to this lead pack, and they're going to be on the outside line. That's the 13 of Paul Durkee and the 84 of Josh Bittner in the TrackDogs.com racing machine.
Oh, feel real good. They got their lap back. So
They got their lap back, so they're up there. They're fighting for actual positions now, not fighting each other for a lucky dog. Ellie's saying those flat plane crankshafts are noisy as all get out. I love it. Love the crank it up section. Go ahead there, Alan.
I was just going to say, it's everybody all stacked back up pretty much in this main field. It's really just Zeth Ollie here who's still kind of out of the draft. I still don't know what's kind of happened to him here. Don't know if he's got damage that he just refuses to get fixed and saving that fast repair for the end here or whatnot. But he's now a couple laps down. Call it 1.5 really. Laps down right now is up at the front. Albert Anderson giving a big push to that 27 machine, having a solid race here tonight. The 5 trying to follow in the line. That's the 5 of Jason Kraft as these guys kind of slither their way down this back straightaway. Everyone fighting for some position. Here comes that beef jerky car up through the middle here.
Golly, that 3 wide's getting a little bit close right there between the 32 and the 13.
Durkee just said, I'm sending it. 7 hits the wall a little bit.
Ooh, that's going to cause some checkups. Oh, the 51 gets a little beaten and banged by the 72 as he's trying to make some room here for that slow car on that outside.
Ooh-wee. Man, there's some action right there.
And them checkups, they do cause some drama and some puckering action.
But really, look at these guys. Cody Williams, Paul Ferdiani, Mark Collins, all these guys were pretty much everybody's on the lead pack here. This is making for some tight action.
And with 20 laps to go, kind of looking at the fuel. Oh, it's the one of Derek Welch. Goes a little sideways, and that's going to cause some issues here. And there it is. This is the big one. Albert Anderson pinballing down the racetrack. Oh, man.
God.
Well, the 13 got clobbered, or the 18 rather, got clobbered about 5 different times. But the 747, you talk about somersaulting and everything else. All that was brought on by a checkup because the one got onto the apron. You got to stay on the right side of that double yellow line. We have seen nothing but chaos happen when guys cross that line.
Well, that caused a secondary reaction back there with Cole in the 66, 726, and another car. But wow, that was the big one, wasn't it?
I think that was the biggest one we've seen so far, and there's a lot of damaged cars.
So we slow this one down. The initial contact there with the one coming back up from that apron by the 27. Man, just Albert had no time to check up, and you could just see that back end of the 27 squish. Everybody trying to slow down, realizing what's happening, but it is all too late as Helter Skelter breaks out here at Daytona. The 32 just straight ramps that 747 of Albert sending that car upside down and flipping. Lands on top. I think that's the 9 as he keeps on flipping here. That 30 just absolutely destroyed as people try to find their way through this field. Michael Cole ducking down low. You had other people ducking down low. Let's go ahead and take a viewpoint, of Paul Ferdiani, who was way behind this, and you can just see the scatter.
And look at the view. The cockpit view from the 9 might be pretty good as well.
Oof.
Chandler Paul DNF'd, man. He is done for the night.
I get sick to my stomach in this Davidson Builders action replay.
Actually, that reminds me, everybody, if you don't like spinning objects, please close your eyes.
It caused some kind of like trauma to people or some kind of seizure. People can.
As I try to find the camera that I want here, we'll go straight to the cockpit of that 747 of Albert Anderson as that wreck happened.
Gyro cam.
Well, all I can say is, thankfully, this is a simulator, because we would need a ambulance for our good friend America's driver down there.
We'd be making final, what do they call it on the insurance? The final arrangements for Mr. Anderson tonight.
Yeah, that. Well, it ruined his paint job too. What an amazing paint America's driver has. That American flag. He got it cleaned up, but now his car is. He's sitting 29th. He's a lap down, looks like, so that's gonna really hurt.
And the man Chandler Paul saying, I almost made it through that junk. Golly. Matt Jones saying, I don't know how I made it through that. Somehow I made it through. 66 got sideways, but was able to avoid getting killed there. And look at that. Just like that, he said he's going to be starting in row 3.
And the 51 of Matt Layton, one of those Dirt Monkey Racing team members with Tom Wilson here sponsoring tonight's race. He's up there inside this top 10, looking pretty good, able to kind of escape that wreck without too many problems. You can see there the 8. Man, that car has definitely seen some better days. I think he's only really gotten manual damage done, as that back bumper of his is a little suspicious looking, like might be the front end of one of his competitors.
It's been caved in for quite a few laps here so far, but he's content with the way that thing's going. He's going to save those fast repairs. Derek Welch did come over the radio and apologize to all the guys that were involved in that. He feels kind of bad about making it's kind of a rookie mistake getting down there on that transition and sliding back up in the track, causing a wreck. But Derek Welch, the One Machine, Numb Thumbs Gaming, taking responsibility for that. He'll get an EOL for this restart.
Durkee has disconnected. Well, it's tough. These cars are not the easiest. You're going 190 in traffic. They can get loose real quick on you, so it happens.
Ooh, as I'm starting to get a little bit of a stutter here. It's all right. It should figure itself out, but either way, pace car coming back on down. 03 of Dylan Bryant with Double O Joe up here at the front as the green flag waves here. 16 laps left remain. Side by side, absolutely no help on that outside line for Double O Joe right now. He's going to fall back quite a few spots and just get absolutely freight trained as that top line, man. There is nothing going on up there.
Everybody bailed on the top line there. The 66 is still up there with a 14 of Cody Williams, one of those cars that bailed out, and he went down to the inside line, saw a gap, and right now, that's what's making tracks right now is that inside line. Once they get up to speed, you may see it like balance out a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I think they're trying to form back up. I think we'll see them shortly.
Well, either way, in the meantime, the 15 of short is going to push that 03 of Dylan around, trying to keep them up there at the front. Like you said, that outside lane slowly getting back together here. Albert Anderson 1 lap down. He's going to be your lucky dog driver right now if another caution flies here within the next 15 laps.
Yeah, and we're bound to see one, I would imagine.
Dylan Bryant leading this thing right now. He started back in 12th. Him and Vince Short up there. Brandon Coleman and Double O Joe. It's starting to get interesting here. Double O Joe trying to throw a little bit of side draft down there. We saw the 19 doing that early in the race, but hey, it's starting to wind down now. We got less than 15 laps to go. It's time to reach in that bag of tricks and do whatever you can to improve your position.
And here they come, that outside line finally catching back up to those front group guys as they go side by side down this back straightaway, beating and banging, leaving little room between each person. Oh, hard bump draft there. Thankfully, that was down the back straightaway, able to kind of save it as Tom Barish, though, maybe through the checkup, just gets bumped out of line a little bit there. And that's going to send a big checkup on through this field and spread everybody out again.
Once again, good communication by the 27 machine saying, hey, checking up.
Yeah,
Let everybody know.
that was a really, really good save there up front by Justin Lawson. So keep on trucking.
That indeed, as we go 2 wide still here through the 1 and 2. Oh, the 03 bumping back up to that outside lane, trying to get back around the Double O Joe machine. He's got some people trying to help him around here. Excuse me, that's not Double O Joe. That's the 15 of Vince Short. Used to seeing Double O Joe in that kind of red style paint scheme here, but tonight he's in the pink scheme. As a big push here on that outside lane. The 03 is clear, but he is not dropping on down.
Not yet. He may change his mind if he sees that inside line start to gain some ground here.
And he does. He does drop on down. And the 66, though, still on that back bumper of Double O as he tries to push him now back up to the front.
Casey Jones is loving that out there, saying top 5, hell yeah. Keep the pressure on him. Keep pushing. Come on, Schiff. Get up there, man. Push Double O Joe. Y'all make something happen out there. They got a little bit of help right now from the 5 of Jason Kraft running the outside line as well.
I'll tell you who's fun to watch right now is the 32 of Nick Biddy. The Selena man. Bitty Bitty Bonk Bonk, or whatever the hell that song was.
Oh, my goodness.
He's driving it like it was stolen, man. He's made some moves. He's all the way up to 16th.
Right now.
Oh, you're living in 97, aren't you?
Oh, man, I wish I could go back. Are you speechless, Brown? I don't know.
No, just
Sorry.
still coughing. As the 03 continues to lead that bottom line around, I was going to say he was up there doing pretty good in 15th as he was kind of splitting the 48 and the 1 a little bit there, just trying to fight and make his way on up through this field. We still have a ton of laps left here, and by a ton I mean 10, as Albert Anderson is that 1 lap down, trying to fight his way up on through this traffic and get his lap back the hard way here.
Did have some contact between the 8 and the Double O on that last lap. They're side by side once again.
3 wide, 747.
Oh, he just sent it up the middle. Big wreck. Oh, this is the real big one right here. Albert Anderson shoving it through the middle there. I don't know if there was room for him or not. We're going to have to look at a replay on that one, but some upset drivers on the radio as half the field involved in that accident.
Oh, man. That looked like the damn Cowboys tonight. Wasn't pretty.
They're still playing, aren't they?
Oh, they're getting handed to them right now.
As we take a look here, trying to make use of that turbo tunnel, is that 747. Oh, just sneaks on up and snags the car on the outside lane there. And that just caused absolute mayhem behind him. You can see there the 14 getting hard up into that wall. Trying to see who the 14 is.
That's Williams, Cody Williams.
Yeah, I'm trying to find his name in my list, and I can't see it because I'm probably blind. Oh, there he is.
Happens.
There we go. So you can just see people flipping behind him here. Mark Collins getting involved in that one. The one of Derek Welsh, 48 of Zeth Holly as well. Man, just a whole bunch of people getting all tagged up in that one.
Damn near all of them.
Well,
That was rough.
I liked it. I mean, a little anger came out, so that was cool.
Yeah, the drivers here are encouraged as well to, before you post anything on Discord or anywhere else, kind of cool off. Go back, look at the replays after the race is finished. Maybe give it till the morning, and then kind of reassess and see how you feel. Because we've all said stuff that we kind of regret saying. I've typed out really, really angry stuff on Facebook, and then I just delete it. And I don't ever post it.
Oh, you're one of them keyboard
It's therapeutic.
warriors. You're a keyboard warrior, are you?
Oh, that's
Hey,
no.
listen to this. Here's a keyboard warrior. Matt Jones is driving and typing. He thinks he's got a good car or something. What does he say there, English?
He says, I think I'm racing one of my best races, so hopefully we can at least get a top 10 finish out of this. I hope he's using voice to text.
Yeah, how do you do that? You must
I
be
don't know.
talented to drive and type. That's pretty amazing.
I hope it don't come back to bite him.
Well,
That'd be something. Get
Hey.
some damage because you're typing.
yeah.
Well, as everybody tries to get all grouped back up behind the pace car here, well, goodness.
Josh Bittner got some fans out there. Chan the man and Peyton McGowan still cheering for Josh.
Yeah, he was
yeah.
able to slide through there pretty cleanly, so he's finding himself back up here in this top 10 for the first time here tonight, trying to get a good finish here, try to get a few good finishes here in a row.
I hope you're not getting the Rona there, brother. I know you had a family member. I don't want to say too much, but I know you had a family member with it here not too long ago. Are they doing okay?
Oh yeah, everyone's fine, and at this point, if I'd be surprised because that was well over a week ago. And, you never know with how that virus reacts and all that stuff, but either way, he's we'll get it cleared out.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is. Is it time for moose hunting up there yet? Because I'd be getting sick too if it was moose hunting season. Wouldn't be able to go to work.
I can't come in. Oh,
Man, you gotta win the lottery first, though. You gotta put your name into
they do the
that.
tag lottery, huh?
Well, for the moose, the deer is just basically you can take as many as you want.
It's alligators down here. They have a tag lottery.
I don't.
Yeah, but you need to kill all the damn alligators. They're worthless.
No,
No.
why would you do that?
Nasty creatures. Now, the moose is majestic.
Oh, come on now. You can't ever stood by the edge of a bayou late at night and then hear that rumble. Yeah. Oh, it's.
I guarantee you moose kill more people than alligators.
I'm-
You better look that up. I bet that's true.
You're probably right, English. We get stacked back up and ready to go racing here with 6 laps left remaining. It's going to be Dylan Bryant in the 15 of Vince Short up at the front as the pace car makes that dive off down into pit lane. Green flag is out and away we go. Green flag racing in the final stages of this race. Here we go. Side by side, they make their way down through this tri-oval and into turns 1 and 2. Double O trying to push that bottom line 03 as hard as he can, as the 8 on the outside lane trying to push that 15 as hard as he can.
Looks like David Brown explained that he got a penalty for passing under yellow that he doesn't think.
They cleared it.
Oh, okay, they cleared it. Okay, perfect. Thank you, sir.
Josh Bittner has worked his way up in that TrackDogsRacing.com machine. Good looking paint for him, too. His own company there on the hood.
Well, the 03 of Dylan Bryant has had a stellar night tonight. Worked his way up from halfway through the field. He's been hanging around right here in the top 4 or so all night. He's led quite a few laps tonight as well. He's got a great pusher and a great driver right behind him in the double O of Joe Bennett in that pink themed paint for this month. Breast Cancer Awareness Month is October. And he's doing one heck of a job pushing the 03. And the 66 is following, staying down on that low line, trying to avoid trouble here. But the outside line is pretty organized as well.
Yeah, not as many cars as there used to be here out running right now. As, man, that double O machine putting the bumper to work on that 03, the 66, actually taking all it's worth to try to stay up here with these guys as they continue to try to run laps and keep themselves clear of that run that the top lane will get. Really, you got the 31 of Scott Milner in the back here trying to hang on to this tail end. Same thing with Mark Collins. I think he's going to be really the last one, as the 77 of Mike Coravu is just off and outside of that draft. Sorry, I'm not... I don't have...
It looks like Corvo to me, but that might be the Louisiana.
Yeah, I don't have no French. Ooh, as we got some sideways action up at the front, able to keep it together. The 66 snags the 84. No damage done, though, as they traded just a little bit of paint as they exited turn number 4 there. And everybody's still running now with 3 laps left remain. A handful of drivers still in it with a chance to pick up the win here tonight as they catch on up here into some lap traffic in just a second.
Yep, champ to chump. This is where it all comes down to it. Mark Collins sitting 14th. He can still win this thing. That's how these things go.
I mean, Vince Short is leading this thing. He's got a very good line of pushers behind him. The inside line is really, really making good ground here. The 8 and the 81 running together, not able to really keep up at this point.
Lap traffic. Let's see what happens.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're just going to dive straight down onto the apron. You can see there some of them just, and that's Wilson missing 3/4 of that car there, running out of fast repairs, but able to still keep on running, trying to pick up those attrition points here as the 03 gets clear, dives on down to that bottom lane right in front of the 15 here with 2 laps remaining, giving the 8 the lead of that outside lane. Really, I don't know kind of what happened here as we have a little bit of a gap. Oh, there goes the 8. A little too hard of a send, though, into that outside wall. Able to keep up the speed, though. We're going to be 3 wide here with the 19 and the 84.
Bittner able to rejoin traffic before it got too squirrely. He was able to maintain his speed. 03 leading this thing right now still.
Here they go, entering into the tri-oval one more time. White flag waves, so no green-white checker finish here tonight. This is it. The final lap of this race as the 15 jumps to that outside lane, trying to control that one. 81 giving him a big old push, saying, get out of my way. It's my turn to try to win this one with a run. As the 03 and the double O work together on that bottom line, working together, beating and banging side by side they go. Down the back straightaway here, still beating and banging. Everybody fighting for every inch on the track. 3 wide behind him. 66 losing positions as he gets caught on that bottom side. 14 shuffling his way up on through as they enter turns 3 and 4. Now coming out of it as the 5 goes around in the back of it. The 03 guarding both lanes right in the middle, side by side, drag racing to the end, and across the line they go sideways.
Oh, wow.
Man alive. Oh, Matt Jones just missed out on the top 5 there, but we kind of knew this was going to happen towards the end here. We knew we were going to get some rubbing action right before the start finish line. We always do here.
The 03 held it, though, man. That's very rare to hold it that long and still come away with the victory.
And
great run in the 03.
With a run on the outside, that's going to be... Oh, well, that camera angle's not so great, is it? Oh, let's go to this one. The 84 Josh Bittner coming from a couple laps down back to finish here in third. The 03 picking up the win, and the 00 machine finishes pointed right at his pit box here with the 15 just giving him one final shove.
Yeah, iRacing's got it scored. Bryant, Bennett, Bittner, 1, 2, 3. Wow, look at the finish line camera right there. That's amazing. Benson Short did everything he could to try to get his nose in there and get a little bit better finish, but it just didn't work out. 66 never lifted. That's my philosophy right there. As you're crossing the finish line, just go down low and just don't lift. Oh, mercy.
Oh, man, that was some great racing here from Daytona. Saw all the action that we love to see as we wait for these drivers to kind of cool off for a second, jump up here into that podium chat to getting to talk to Josh Bittner, Joe Bennett, and Dylan Bryant, as he was the one who picked up the win, and it looks like here they come. So let's get these interviews started off with tonight's third place finisher, and fighting from at least one, maybe two laps down is that 84 of the Track Dogs Racing Machine, Josh Bittner, who did a little bit of a car swap there during qualifying. Able to get the secondary driver in while he was able to use the bathroom and whatnot, but that was still one heck of a run there, Josh.
Yeah, can't thank my fill-in driver Peyton enough. You know, put the car in a good spot, got us a great pit box, and able to snake our way through the field and slippery moves and survive the last lap carnage once again. It's fun.
Well, she's taking all the credit over there on YouTube for getting you that great starting position way back in 24th or whatever it was. But yeah, man, great recovery out there tonight. Really represented TrackDogsRacing.com in a great way. Got you some good camera time up there. Hopefully people visit the website and everything. But next week it's going to be nuts. We're going back to iRacing Super Speedway.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, can't wait. That's a fun track. Yeah, I think on Friday I had interesting feelings about what was that? The one short track for ARCA, but iRacing Super Speedway kind of gives me the same vibes. You know, it's gonna be a lot of carnage, and I mean we saw that tonight. I was able to get away with or get around some of these incidents and stay clear of them. It's gonna be the same deal next week, and that's what's fun about this league. A lot of plate tracks and a lot of smart driving you got to do to end well.
Yeah, sometimes it's like rolling a dice in Waco on a Saturday night. You rolled the dice tonight. They ended up pretty well, up 21 spots in third, so congrats. You got what you want to shout out or thank before we let you go?
Yeah, the dice were definitely rolling my way tonight, boys. Well, of course, I got to thank Peyton, getting me that great starting spot and pit spot. Make sure to check out trackdogsracing.com if you're looking for official Numb Thumbs Racing merch. And yeah, thank you guys for broadcasting, Derek for putting on this show, and my teammates at Numb Thumbs Racing. They all had a really rough night. They got the bad dice, I think, but I'm glad one roll went my way.
You said it there, my friend. 84 Josh Bittner, your hard charger of the day, up 21 spots, bringing home third place on that podium. Good job, Josh. Another good run from you here in these Numb Thumbs Racing League across all the series that you run over here. And we look forward to seeing what you can pull out of the hat again here coming up later this week.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate you.
Moving on up this leaderboard, let's talk to the man who doesn't need any numbers in his name, and that is Double O Joe Bennett, picking up second place here tonight. Looked like you were fighting, clawing up there at the front. Those final few laps just coming up short on that 03.
Yeah, man, that 03, and props to him because he made a hell of a move to block my run right there. He moved up at the perfect time. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, and then I didn't want to jerk it back down to the bottom and, catch his rear end and kind of send him. I didn't want to cause any issues, so I was like, yeah, I'll just ride with it. And then Vince got up behind me and was giving me a little bit. He went back down. I was like, oh, I might be able to win it. And then, got a little bit of racy right there at the end. But, yeah, I had fun, man. That was awesome.
Hey, look, blocking, if guys know what they're doing and they can kind of read how fast somebody's going, stuff like that, blocking is not a bad thing. Blocking is part of racing. It's the guys that do it at the wrong time and really cause big problems and checkups and stuff like that. They're the ones that kind of give blocking a bad name. But, yeah, Dylan did a pretty good job up there tonight. But you did a great job out there, man, working your way up, 18 spots to finish second? And you got Papa Joe out there supporting you out there on YouTube as always. Talk about next week, man. iRacing Super Speedway coming along. What do you think about that as well?
Well, yeah, I've never raced this car on iRacing Super Speedway, so that's going to be a different thing for me. I'm definitely going to get some practice on that. Yeah, I started, me and my team, we wanted to start at the back and kind of wanted to just chill back there a little bit, and that's kind of what I did. I still had my fast repair at the end, so I literally avoided all damage tonight and kind of just, found myself up toward the front and tried to take it home. But, shout out to EV Plus EV Racing and Numb Thumbs for, putting all the leagues on and everything, and you guys for broadcasting. You guys are awesome. Yeah, next week, like I said, iRacing Super Speedway, man, it's going to be a new thing for me, so I might not do very well next week.
Well, you got a podium here, up 18 spots. Great job. And we'll see what happens next week. All you got to do is run it. You never know what will happen there.
Yeah, I know that's right. But you guys have a good night, man. I appreciate you guys broadcasting and everything.
You too, brother. We'll holler at you later.
All right.
As we head on up to our final interview of the night, a guy who did a great job all race long. It's the 03 of Dylan Bryant, hanging out in that top 5 pretty much from almost the get-go. He is up 11 spots on the day, though, so you did have to fight a little bit, Dylan, to get up there. But once when you got up there, man, you never let it go when you find yourself picking up the win here tonight.
Oh, yeah, man, it was like for a restrictor plate, it was kind of hard to get up front. And like if you was like mid pack, it was just sometimes the outside line was a little bit faster, sometimes the bottom and stuff. I kind of just found myself at the right place at the right time. So,
well, sometimes luck is all you need, and lucky to avoid wrecks or lucky to be in the line that has the guys that are the best at holding the line and running close. And that's what creates a lot of those big lines out there. But it seems like you were doing a pretty good job at managing, where you wanted to run up front. We kind of saw that merry-go-round effect that happens, when the outside line gets a good pusher and then they drop down. And then it just keeps happening over and over again. Is that kind of what y'all see at these tracks?
Yeah, once the guy on the outside clears, and whether it's the leader of the outside line, but if 2 guys drops down, it seems to be that at least to me, it checks up the inside line a little bit more. So, so if he was on the outside and people would at least advance down, it would stall the outside line a little bit too, but then you pick it back up. But towards the end though, it was strange. I was thinking that the outside line was going to be a little bit faster on the last lap, but I think some people got crossed up a little bit or something, and it slowed them down some. So,
Well, it worked out for you. How relieved are you this thing is over? I know you had to drive with your rearview mirror a little bit. I'm sure you're happy this thing is over.
yeah, it was more looking out the mirror than the windshield for sure. I do want to give a huge shout out to Bennett. He gave me a good push down the back straight away and stuff, and he done it just enough to where it wouldn't wreck you, but it was enough to the speed you up more and stuff. So he was technically the winner on that one as far as me winning the race. So but I'm just pumped. My heart rate was probably about 200 on the last like 2 to 3 laps. So I probably need to lay off the greasy foods a little bit, and that way I don't have a heart attack.
I love too much chicken fried steak and all that kind of stuff. I get the same way, especially on the plate track where you're watching the mirror, you're watching the left, the right, what's in front of you, and you're trying to make small changes in the steering wheel the whole time, but you look down, you got that white knuckle syndrome at tracks like this, and it's just hard to relax. You don't have an opportunity to relax, but now you do.
Right? Yeah. The fans at home that don't race it and stuff, it's a lot that goes on during the race, and you got the wheel tight. I got a fan that blows on me to keep me cool because everything just gets hot. The PC gets hot. Everything is just hot and stuff, and then it's a lot of like mentalness. Like you got to stay focused. One little bit slip up, you can crash yourself the whole field.
It's taxing. Yeah.
Right. And at the end of 70 laps, it ain't a lot of laps, but it's enough to, make you sweat some, and just I'm glad it's over with, and I'm glad I got the win, and on the broadcast I know it looks a lot easier and stuff, but all the 30 guys in the field tonight can say that it's not as easy as it looks. So.
Well, either way, man, you can walk away here with your head held high because you are the race winner here tonight, Dylan. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't know if Turner, because I wasn't paying attention, asked you, but you got any shout outs or anything like that?
Yeah, just Derek Welch. He does a great job running his league. NTRL, everybody that races in it, AAA broadcasts. Y'all do outstanding job. What is it? DEP Graphics, I think it was. Track Bar Media, TrackDogsRacing.com, Sim Gear, DP. I can't make out exactly what that sponsor is, but everybody that puts into the series, that helps y'all, helps out Derek and stuff. It's a great league. That thing is ran extremely good, very, very professional and stuff, and I actually pumped up about the win, like really pumped up, and I'm looking forward to next Sunday. I think we're going to iRacing Super Speedway, so hopefully I can snag another top 5 and get me some points back.
Awesome, man. Well, go celebrate and enjoy this one, and we'll see you next week in the virtual world here at iRacing Super Speedway.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great night. Thank you.
I could tell he was pumped.
Oh, Brown,
barely.
Brown, you weren't paying attention to what I was saying? Oh, man.
We try to, Adam, but I mean...
well, nobody does. I
well, you mix it up. I'm so used to hearing you ask for it that I just shut my brain off.
I was changing it up. English has been stealing my gig lately. I got to do new things. So I'm going back to the drawing board. But this was a fun one tonight.
Man, I couldn't have said it any better myself. As the action here at Daytona concludes, let's go ahead and talk about where everybody finished here tonight. And that gets us started off here with that 03 of Dylan Bryant picking up the win. Double O Joe trying as hard as he can to claw his way up through. Still a great night, though, and up 18 to finish there in second. Same thing with the 84. Josh Bittner, your hard charger of the day, up 21 to finish on that podium in third. The 15 of Vince Short had a solid night as well, right where he started there, finishing in fourth. Same thing with Michael McCauley in the 81 machine, finishing in fifth. And the 19 of Justin Lawson, right where he started there in sixth. So great night for those guys up here. Another great night here for the 66, Matthew Jones, picking up a top 10 7th place finish here. The 11, Richard Holland was looking pretty racy all race along, finishing here in 8th. With the 8 of Brandon Coleman, he was one of those other guys fighting here through some traffic, up 14 spots to finish in 9th. With the 14 of Cody Williams rounding out tonight's finishing top 10.
I've got Williams in 9th, Collins in 10th.
Oh, you're right.
That's neither here nor there. I'm just going off of iRace. Sometimes, folks, y'all don't understand at home that the scoring software might be a little bit different. I got Jason Kraft, though, finishing in 11th place. He started in the top 10, finished close enough to it. He'll get some good points tonight in that 5 machine. 77, Mike Corriveau, finishing in 12th place. 13th place will be the 33 of the Gambler, Paul Ferdiani. One of our good buddies out there. He finishes down a few, but still a good finish in 13th. The 81 of Michael McCauley finishes in 14th. He dropped a few spots. He started in top 5, just not his night tonight. That number 31, Scott Milner, in that Hot Tamales machine, he'll finish in 15th place. 16th will be Peyton Aldridge in the 34. The 32 of Nick Biddy finishes in 17th place, the last car on the lead lap. 1 lap down, David Brown, he did one more caution to get a lap back there in the 26, but just didn't get it. Michael Cole in the 726, he gained 10 spots. He'll finish also a lap down. And rounding out your top 20, the 51 of Matt Layton.
Yeah, the 27, Tom Wilson, ended up 21st. 48, Zeth Hawley dropped a little bit there, 22nd. Number 1, Derek Welch, at 23rd. 18 of Chris Klein, 24th. 9 of Joe David, 25th. 747, America's Driver, Albert Anderson, 26th. 55, Tom Bears, 27th. 20 of Jamie Abrell, ended up 28th. 72 of Chandler Paul, 29th. 13 of Paul Durkee, 30th. And 44, Paul Buchanan, 31st place.
And that is your field here for tonight. We thank you all for tuning in and watching, as always, because you guys are the reason why we do this and have such a great time with these broadcasts, is having some fun and talking with all of y'all. So thank you guys so much for that support. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to be alerted every single time that we go live, because we go live 5 nights a week, and you do not want to miss any of this race in action. And if you enjoy any of that race in action, be sure to hit that like button to help us share the love of this crazy motorsport simulation game that we all grow to love and enjoy, as well as our great sponsors over here at DEP Graphics. Got Numb Thumbs Gaming Trucking Community. We got what else? Davidson Builders on board here. AdminBoxx, Track Bar Media, Sim Gear Central, and TrackDogsRacing.com as well. Thank you guys so much for all of your support, as you guys are the reason why that these leagues are able to run and produce the great quality of racing that you guys get to see night in and night out. So we cannot wait to have you guys on board again coming up here soon. So tomorrow night we are here with the Numb Thumbs Racing League Cup Series. which I got to try to find the schedule here and read it. I think we are going to be at the... oh, no, they have an off week this week, apparently, so we will not see you here tomorrow night. But we will, I think Tuesday night, they have an off week here, too. So next night we'll see you guys is on Wednesday for the Vigilante Racing League, so be sure to tune in for that one. But until then...
And they're at Richmond.
Ooh.
That's going to be fun. It's a short track night.
Oh, man, if you thought tonight was beating and banging, just wait until that. So, until Wednesday night, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We gone.
See ya.